Come on, Bunch, let's spread out and look for the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Here he is. I found him.
I've been waiting for you. What took so long?
Well, you'll never find a better shortstop teacher than 13-time Gold Glover Ozzie Smith. Twice this year, the Wizard is holding court at Busch Stadium, teaching fans the finer points of turning a double play. Our Corey Miller was one of those who got a lesson from the greatest to ever do it. That's tonight's Spotlight Story.
All right, here at beautiful Busch Stadium, lovely day, Ozzie Smith, turn 2. Now, I was watching pretty closely there. If we put you in a game right now, don't worry about range, don't worry about arm. The hands still look major league ready. Does that ever go away?
Well, no, not really. You know, I had somebody ask me the other day, they said, if you played today, you know, how would you rank? I said, oh, I'd probably be in the top 5, but hell, I'm 70 years old. No, Corey, it's one of those things. It's like riding a bike. You know, you do it so long that it's pretty easy to get back to it. Of course, you can't do it as long, but it's one of those things that that sticks with you.
The folks out here today, the folks you've done this with before, what's maybe the 1 or 2 Ozzie essentials to know shortstop? What is the most important thing to you?
Well, it's always keeping yourself in a position to be able to make a play. You know, one of the things that we talk about playing shortstop is that having played on AstroTurf, you know, was always so much faster. You know, so you try to eliminate steps, and you had guys who could run, you know, so I hear a lot of people talk about squaring up and catching the ball here, which means now you got to get yourself in this position. And what I try and teach is when you catch the ball on the instep of your left foot, your hips are already going to the base that you're going to throw to, so you eliminate a step.
That great episode of the baseball bunch I was brushing up on the other day, and my dad used to tell me all the time, if I'm not here to play catch, find a tennis ball, go to the wall, play wall ball. That's what Ozzie taught.
That's
Was there
right.
anything other than that that really helped you along when you were growing up that you could do by yourself?
Well, you know, as a kid growing up, and at the time, I had no idea. But we had a peaked roof, you know, so I used to throw the ball up on one side, thinking that I was fast enough to run around to the other side, and hopefully the gutter would catch it and give me a chance to catch the ball before it hit the ground. Now, the most obvious question is that, were you ever able to do it? I never got there, Corey, but it was that type of determination that allowed me that helped me become the player that I ultimately became. Yeah. I used to lay on the floor and throw the ball up and get the feel of the ball hitting the glove without seeing it. As you said, I used to throw the ball against the wall all the time with a tennis ball, and my first glove was a brown paper bag that I took and rolled down on my hand and used the tennis ball to work on that. Now, at the time, I didn't know that it was helping enhance what I was born with.
Now, this event is a lot about turning double plays. Let's go over second base here real quick. How much different is turning a double play in today's baseball than it was when you played? Because if I'm here, I give you a bad throw,
it's easy.
40 years ago, you're in rough shape.
Yeah, it was tough. You know, we knew that the guy was coming to take us out. You could take people out. You can't do that anymore. You know, so it was a matter of survival. And it's the one thing that when I'm talking to people about turning the double plays, the second baseman and shortstop have to protect each other. So my job as a shortstop was to get the ball to the second baseman as quickly as I possibly could in an area where he could handle it. I was not going to determine how you turned a double play. My job was just to get it there to you as quickly as I could, and vice versa. And so, you know, you can look at some of the replays of years past when we played, and guys were always barreling down on you, and we knew that, you know, so we didn't have a problem with that, and as long as they could still touch the base, it was part of what we did.
I know Hal McRae in the American League was one of the most fearsome. In the National League, was there a certain guy or two when they got on first, you always had to know they were there and they would be coming for you?
Always. I mean, you always knew a guy by the name of Terry Whitfield was good. Billy North was good. Bill Madlock was good. Lonnie Smith, one of my teammates, was one of the best. Glenn Brummer was good at it. And all of the guys that have the ability to get down there quick, or anybody that has speed, you knew could get down there quick. And as middle infielders, we knew that.
The last 10 years or so of your career, after the shoulder injury, how tough was it to get it to first base, especially deep in the hole?
Well, you know, here again, I think the body adjusts to whatever it has to. And first of all, you know, getting up here was a problem for me because of my rotator cuff, but I didn't want to operate above my shoulder. And so the instincts here, you know, became, it came into play a lot more. So I just operated below the shoulder. All my exercises were exercises that were below, and I did nothing over my head, you know. So it just became a way of life. It was survival. And, you know, people that come to see me play every day or come to see the Cardinals play every day, they wanted to be entertained, you know. So I had to find a way to make it happen. And I was able to make that, and that's one of the things that I'm proud of. I was still able to win Gold Gloves even after a torn rotator cuff, you know. It's easy to play when you're healthy. This is my sanctuary, really, and then with all of the things that go on and outside of this, you know, this was my way of getting away from all of that and being in my own world here, and I was able to create any way that I felt that particular day, you know. So I love being out here. It allowed me to be by myself, it allowed me to think, and it cleared my head.
We've been remembering Whitey, obviously, a whole bunch. I'm wondering specifically defensively, shortstop-wise. Was there anything he ever told you about that position that stuck with you? Or did he, this is the best in the world, I'm going to let him do his thing?
No, Whitey, he'll be the first to tell you he wasn't too good of a ball player. So he let me do my thing out here. And that was one of the great things with Whitey, you know. He only had 2 rules. Be on time and give 100%. And as a baseball player, we had the freedom to do our thing every day, as long as we were consistent at it and we didn't run ourselves out of innings or we didn't beat ourselves. And I think that was that's what made us successful, is that we didn't beat ourselves. You know, we were fundamentally sound. It was one of the things that he harped. That's why we, in spring training, you know, from day one, we worked on fundamentals. And when you have good sound fundamentals, you always have a reference point. But when you're not fundamentally sound, you're always operating in the dark.
Final thought, I think I was told folks from 21 different states have come to take part in this. You've seen so many fans sign so many autographs, but when you see somebody's face light up meeting Ozzie Smith for the first time, what does that make you feel like still?
It's nice to be able to still connect with those people. And even for me, now I've been out of the game longer than I played it. And so for people to come up to me and say, hey, you were such a part of my youth. You know, I spent countless hours at the ballpark with my grandpa, and my grandma. And, you know, it's special. You know, I feel very fortunate to have had the opportunity to be able to create memories like that last a lifetime for people, and what a blessing it's been.